The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with me or not. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated across the United States into 12 million additional households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten, joining you live from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, for the Democratic National Convention. It's our second night of coverage. We are doing gavel-to-gavel coverage, both of this convention and next week in Minnesota of the Republican National Convention. And the thing that makes our coverage, of course, unique is that we give you an opportunity to speak out on what you see and hear as we cover the convention. And it's the only place probably that I know of where that can be done. Today's headliner, of course, is Hillary Clinton. She will be speaking during the last segment, which would be during the 9 o'clock hour, the 10 o'clock hour Eastern time. And she will be trying to unite this party. There's a lot of antipathy between the Clintonites and the Obamaites, and they need to unite this party in order for Obama to stand a chance of winning, because if the Clinton folks sit it out, he's not going to win this election. So what she says is very important, and how strong she says it is very important as well. She's already released her delegates, but that may not be enough. It depends on how well she portends herself today during her speech to the Democratic National Convention. So what we'll do is, for the first hour, we will have a regular News Talk Online program. That's between 5 and 6 o'clock New York time. And then at 6 o'clock, we will give you unfiltered feed from the convention until about 8 o'clock, when Alan Jasie, our political correspondent, and I return, and we'll dip in and out of the convention and give you an opportunity from 8 o'clock New York time on to comment on what we see and hear at the convention. That, of course, is prime time. We're expecting one of the delegates, an Obama delegate, to join us here in this hour. He's should be walking in here any second now. His name is John Liu. What's that? I can't hear you. No, he's an Obama delegate. He's an Obama delegate. And no, maybe he was a Hillary delegate. Now I'm confused. You're right. Anyways, John will be here in a few moments to talk to us about how important this Hillary Clinton speech is tonight before the Democratic National Convention. So without further ado, we're going to get to your calls and give you an opportunity to speak out. Let's go to Jesse from Canada. Jesse, welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com, live from the Democratic National Convention.
Hi, Gary. Can you hear me all right? Hi, Gary.
Loudly.
All right, cool. I've been watching some live video from Alex Jones's website. You know, the 9/11 Truth Movement guy. Apparently, there's a lot of them outside the convention center, and have been there for a couple of days now, are planning on staying all week. I was wondering if you had heard anything, you know, around the floor about what's going on with that.
Well, Jesse, there's far more interesting things going on outside the convention area than inside, as far as I'm concerned, with the exception of what are the Clintonites going to do. That's a very interesting issue. But we already know who the nominee is. We already know who the vice presidential nominee is. We know that they're going to be ratified Thursday night and become officially the presidential and vice presidential candidates. So if you want real street theater, the place to go is on the streets of Denver. Now, every single possible point of view is being represented here. And what's kind of interesting, the other day, Alan Jasie was walking around with his camera, and there was this very long demonstration coming along the 16th Street Mall. Well, it wasn't one group demonstrating. It was probably 24 or 36 groups, each with another point of view that they were trying to express. But that, of course, is the beauty of the United States of America. No matter what your point of view, you can express that. As a matter of fact, at the last checkpoint, before which you cannot enter the Pepsi Center without the proper credentials, there is a guy up there protesting against liberalism and in support of Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh. I asked the fella, "Are you getting a lot of catcalls and negative comments?" And he says, "More than I ever might have imagined before I came out here." But that's the great thing about the United States. You can stand on one side of the street, I can stand on the other. You can have your point of view, I can have my point of view. We don't have to agree, but it's okay. That's what this nation is centered on. This is what this nation is all about, and thankfully, during the political campaign process, it all comes out, and I think it's a very healthy thing. Don from Chicago. Don, welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com, live from the Democratic National Convention. And Don, I see your microphone, but I do not hear you. So let's switch then to Eric in Brooklyn. Eric, welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com, live from the Democratic National Convention.
Hey Gary, great to see you. Hope everybody's having a great time over at the convention. I have some misgivings about Hillary talking tonight, mainly because I don't necessarily believe, personally, that she really wants to have Obama win the nomination. Not that she can do anything about it now, but I'm curious as to whether or not a lot of the Democrats think that Hillary will wholeheartedly support Barack Obama. Perhaps if somebody can, address